I didn't realize how much winter had stolen from me until one morning I woke up and couldn't tell if it was 6 a.m. or 10 a.m. The light outside felt the same, gray, heavy, flat. The alarm rang 3 times before I finally rolled out of bed. My coffee was lukewarm before I even tasted it. That's when it hit me. This wasn't just laziness or bad sleep. I was sinking into something deeper. The famous winter blues. I had read about seasonal affective disorder, or SAD, but it always sounded like something distant, something people in documentaries talk about while sitting near a window. But this time, it was personal. My motivation had vanished, my appetite was weird, and I was starting to count the days until spring. That's when I decided to try something different. Not pills, not supplements, not vague advice, but a real 7-day experiment I called the SAD Toolkit. 7 days. 7 small tools to see if I could actually beat the winter blues without running away from the season itself. Day 1 was the hardest. The rule was simple: light first. Before I even touched my phone, I turned on a small dawn simulator light I'd ordered the week before. At first, it felt ridiculous, staring into this soft, fake sunrise while everything outside was still asleep. But after 5 minutes, I noticed something. I didn't want to crawl back under the blanket. My eyes felt less heavy, and for the first time in weeks, I didn't need my third alarm. It wasn't magic, just biology. My brain thought the sun had finally shown up. By the end of that morning, I decided this light box wasn't just a gadget, it was my new ritual. I set it on my desk, 10 inches away, for 20 minutes every morning while journaling or making breakfast. It didn't fix my mood overnight, but it cracked open the day instead of letting darkness swallow it. Day 2 was about stepping outside, even if it was cloudy. Every part of me resisted. It was -2, my face hurt from the air, and I kept thinking, why am I doing this? But then, as I walked down the quiet street, something strange happened. My thoughts stopped looping. The noise in my head calmed down. Even under thick clouds, that faint daylight signaled to my brain: wake up, regulate, breathe. I didn't know that gray light still counts. Turns out, your body reads brightness levels more than color. So even if the sky looks dead, the photons still matter. I started adding those walks every morning. Just 15 to 20 minutes. No headphones, no scrolling. Just movement, breath, cold air, and real light. By the 3rd day, I wasn't just less tired, I was actually craving that routine. The cold had stopped feeling like punishment. It felt like permission. The 3rd tool was sleep. Not more sleep, but steadier sleep. I used to scroll at midnight, hoping to tire my eyes out. Instead, I decided to do the opposite. Lights off at 10. Curtains drawn. Room temperature around 18 degrees. It was weird how fast my body adapted. After 2 nights, I started waking up before the alarm again. That had not happened since autumn began. The morning light from my lamp hit differently now. It met a body that was actually rested. Something about that combination, fake dawn, real daylight, steady sleep, started creating structure where there was only fog before. The sad feeling wasn't gone, but it no longer ruled the day. Then came the movement ritual. 10 minutes. Nothing crazy. Just slow squats, stretches, and deep breaths while a playlist hummed quietly in the background. It wasn't about burning calories, it was about oxygen. The first time I did it, I noticed my hands weren't freezing anymore. The blood was moving. My brain felt awake without coffee. It became my anti-blues circuit. 10 minutes of motion, and I could literally feel my mood lift within that short window. But here's the part that surprised me most, the food. I didn't change everything. I just added warm, steady meals at fixed times. A bowl of oats with walnuts and flaxseed in the morning. Lentil soup with olive oil for lunch. Salmon or chickpeas for dinner. It wasn't a diet. It was a rhythm. Warm food gave me warmth in places light couldn't reach. I didn't know that omega-3 fats and certain amino acids help support neurotransmitters related to mood, but I could feel it. By day 5, I wasn't reaching for sugar just to stay awake. That's also when I noticed my energy meter, something I'd started tracking in a notebook, was changing. On day 1, I wrote, energy, 3/10. By day 5, it said, 7/10. Not because life got easier, but because I'd stopped fighting the season. Then came the social part, the one I dreaded. When it's cold and dark, isolation feels natural. But that's the trap. So I added one small rule, 2 micro-connections a week. Not big gatherings. Just one call to a friend, and one short coffee meetup. It was uncomfortable at first. I almost canceled both. But something shifted the moment I showed up. We laughed about nothing. The conversations weren't deep or meaningful, but they pulled me out of my own head. And that alone was enough. By day 6, I added one final piece, a tiny winter journal. 3 lines a night. How was my energy? How much daylight did I get? Did I talk to anyone today? It took 2 minutes to fill out, but it revealed patterns I'd never noticed before. The days I walked more and ate warm meals were the days I felt grounded. The days I stayed inside, even if I used the light box, felt heavier. By the last morning, something incredible happened. I woke up before dawn, not because I had to, but because I wanted to. I turned on the lamp, brewed tea, and sat in silence watching the sky change from navy to silver. That stillness, that quiet victory, felt better than any summer day. It wasn't joy exactly. It was balance. After 7 days, I looked at my journal and saw a transformation that had nothing to do with perfection or productivity. It was about small, consistent shifts, light, movement, food, connection, and awareness. No medication, no rigid plan. Just 7 tools anyone can use. The final ranking of what worked best for me surprised me. 3rd place. The light box. It jump-started my mornings. 2nd place. The fixed sleep routine. It restored my rhythm. And 1st place. The walks. Those cloudy walks rewired how I saw winter itself. They turned the season from something to survive into something to experience. But maybe the real toolkit isn't the lamps or the food or the routines. It's the act of noticing. Noticing how your body responds to light. How your thoughts shift when you move. How your energy follows rhythm more than motivation. The moment you start observing, you're already healing. I learned that fighting winter only makes it worse. You can't outrun the darkness. You can only light it from within. And that light can come from so many small places. A sunrise lamp, a bowl of soup, a short walk, a voice on the phone, a single deep breath before bed. Now, each year when winter returns, I don't panic. I prepare. I set my lamp near the window. I hang my thick coat by the door. I stock my kitchen with lentils, citrus, and candles. I make winter a ritual instead of a threat. Because maybe the point isn't to escape the season, It's to learn how to live gently within it. So if you're watching this while wrapped in a blanket, feeling like your spark has gone dim, here's my invitation. Don't wait for motivation. Build it. Tonight, before you scroll yourself into another midnight, set your alarm 10 minutes earlier. Place your light where you'll see it first thing in the morning. Step outside tomorrow even if the sky is gray. Move your body, feed it warmth, write one small note about how you feel. Do it for 7 days. No expectations. No pressure. Just curiosity. Watch what happens when you stop surviving winter and start befriending it. And when you do, tell me what changed. Comment, light on, if you'll start tonight. Because maybe, just maybe, the light you've been waiting for isn't the one outside. It's the one you're finally turning back on inside yourself.